let us do one numerical on fixed support reactions. Okay, so coming up to, let us take with one numerical exercise. So let us take one beam. So this beam is fixed at a one end, and it has a load. There is a 1 point load at end of the fixed beam, and let me call this as this point as a point A, point B, and there is one more point, that is point C. Okay, there is a UDL or uniformly distributed load, that is over here, and the magnitude of the UDL is, will take like this. Okay, that is 10 kilonewton per meter. It is 10 kilonewton per meter, and the magnitude of this concentrated load is 15 kilonewton. And there is one more load. Okay, one more load at C, that is concentrated load in an angle, tilted concentrated load, and the angle is 60 degree, and the load is 20 kilonewton. So in this case, the length of the beam is totally 3 meter. From A to C, that is 2 meter, and C to B it is 1 meter. So this is a numerical that they generally give us. In generally they give us a numerical like this, and they will inform us to or they will ask us to find the reaction of the fixed support or fixed end beam. So the first thing to draw or first thing to do in the solution format, the solution is to write a free body diagram of a beam. So let me draw the beam. There will be the same beam. Okay, consider it as a straight beam, and what we need to write at the first is the reactions to the to that beam wherever there is a support. One is the horizontal, one is vertical, and one more is the anti-clockwise movement. So this horizontal one, let me call that as an HA, because this point we know it as an A, right? And the vertical at a point A, and movement at a point A. These three are the unknowns which we need to find. These three are the unknowns. We don't know what is these three, what is the value. And later on we have a load, that is UDL till 2 meter, and at the 0 to 2 meter we have one concentrated load which is tilted. The angle of that concentrated load is 60 degree, and one more is at the end a point load. So in this itself you will understand three concepts regarding the loads itself. So the magnitude of the load is now 10 kilonewton per meter. Okay, then this is 20 kilonewton. If the value is 20 kilonewton only without any meter support, then that is a point load. Okay, if there is anything that comes with a per meter, then it is a UDL. Here is an UDL. This pura thing is a UDL. This is pura UDL. I hope you know what is a uniformly distributed load it is. Now let us write the length, that is 2 meter and 1 meter. So this will be the free body diagram of the beam. There will be one more concept. That concept I'm going to teach you right now is we have to do one small thing. That is, I hope you already studied regarding this. If there is a UDL, if there is a UDL, we need to convert that UDL into a point load. Now this is 10 kilonewton, 10 kilonewton per meter, and the length was somewhere around 2 meter. Okay, we are not worried about this point load which was there at the end of that 2 meter. Right now only we are worried is the UDL. We need to convert this UDL into a point load actually. This is what it is required. So what we do is we need to convert this. So what we do, again we draw the one same beam. This is just for understanding. In the real time in the examination you can directly write in the that single drawing. So what is our aim? We need to convert that pura point UDL into point load. We know that to convert this pura UDL into point load, what we do is 2 meter into 10 kilonewton. We multiply. We have the formula that is W is equal to WU into L, where WU is, this is WU, and this is W, and this part is L. I hope now you understood. We have discussed the same in our class also. The total load, we just calculate the how much the total load is for this whole span, and where it is concentrated at L by 2, L by 2. So it will be 1 meter from the end of the beam support. So this is a one concept that you need to know. The second concept that you need to know is, second concept, the same beam, that point A, B and C. At C there was an inclined load, right, which was making some angle of 60 degree. So we need to have a x component as well as y component for this. One is this y component and one is x component. So this should be there for this inclined load. Okay, now the arrow might not be appropriate for this. The arrow will be like this, downward and down this side. Okay, understand that if the downward angle is this, okay, the y component and x component looks like this. If the angle of the inclined force is this, the x component and y component, it looks like this. Have a note on this concepts, okay, that f sin theta and f cos theta you use over here actually. So if this is a, how much is given, 20 kilonewton. If this is 20 kilonewton, the y see the theta is attached to x axis, so this is 20 cos 60, and other one will be ulta, that is 20 sin 60 degree. Okay, this is what you need to understand. So let us draw the same thing over here in this beam section. So again let me take that beam. I've taken that beam. So the red thing is what I need to measure, that is one is HA, VA as well as moment about A, that is moment about A, this is VA and this is HA. The second thing, I'll take it in the orange color, that is the load that is applied in the UDL. This is UDL. and I'll take some other color for the inclined load. This is inclined load, and the last part is the concentrated load. So I hope you understand now with the help of these color differences. Okay, but remember this, we have converted that UDL into a point load. We have converted that inclined load. Okay, I changed the color to that. So what color we have taken? Okay, this one. So this inclined load into, we have taken one vertical as well as horizontal load, and last one is the point load. Point load will be as it is. So intense is this, magnitude is 15 kilonewton. Over here it was not 10 kilonewton. Over here it is W is equal to 10 into 2, that is 20 kilonewton. So this will be 20 kilonewton. And what are the distances from here? The distances is 1 meter, and other distances is 1 meter only. And the other one is as given in the numerical itself as 1 meter. So we have a point now A, we call this as a B, we call this as a C, right? No, we ulta it is. This we called it as a B, this as a C, and we got one more point, that is D. Our next step is simple. We have a equilibrium equation. This diagram is very much important, okay? Remember, this diagram, what you drawn, is very much important. Oh my god, what is this? Okay, this diagram is very much important. Our next step is to find equilibrium equation. With the help of equilibrium equation, we will find the HA value, MA value, VA value. Here is a concept. Okay, remember, what are the equilibrium equation we have? Summation of all horizontal force is equal to 0, or we have taken summation of all force at x-axis is equal to 0, right? Next is summation of all vertical force is equal to 0. That is, we have taken as a summation of all force in y direction is equal to 0. That was first. This is second. And third is summation of all the movement about a point. I don't know what is that point is. That point is equal to 0. So these are the three equilibrium equations. With the help of three equilibrium equations, we can find three unknowns actually. That is HA, VA, MA. Our aim is to find the value of HA, the value of VA, and the value of MA. This is our aim. So let us take first summation of HA is equal to 0. Summation of HA is equal to 0. And let us assume one thing, okay? All the forces which is going on this direction as a positive, and all the forces which is going on this direction as a negative. Remember this. We are assuming this one thing, negative. So if I add all the forces in horizontal is equal to 0. So is equal to 0. I need to add all the forces now. What all the forces that is there in horizontal over here? One is this HA. One is this HA. This HA is horizontal. I'll take that. So it is positive itself. And what is the other forces that is going on that same direction? what is another force? That is this part, right? This is the one which is going, the x component. And if this is 20 kilonewton and angle was 60 degree, this was 20 cos 60 degree. And the vertical component is 20 sin 60. You don't need to think, just ulta of this. Cos becomes sin, that's it. But the direction is in the left to right to left. So that is minus 20 cos 60 degree. So HA is equal to 20 cos 60 degree. And the value of the HA is cos 60 is half, right? So HA is equal to 10 kilo Newton. K is small k, okay? Remember the small. That's it, done. You got some 3 marks out of 10 already. Next step is summation of all the vertical force is equal to at A, okay? We need to find this is equal to 0. Summation of all the vertical force is equal to 0. So again 0 is equal to, what all the vertical forces are there? One is this VA is a vertical force, this 20 kilonewton is a vertical force, 15 kilonewton is a vertical force, and this 20 sin 60 is vertical force. And we assume that all the upward as a positive, downward as a negative. Okay, if this is a quadrant, we assume which is going from this point to this as a positive, this to this as a positive, right? The same thing, positive, 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 that's it. And if you see the negative term, this is negative, this is negative, this is negative, this is negative. Okay, easy peasy, easy to remember. So summation of all the vertical force is equal to 0, which is the upward force that is going right now. This is the one upward force that is going. So VA is positive, and all other forces, that is 20 kilonewton, 15 kilonewton and 20 sin is going downward. So minus 20 minus 15 minus 20 sin 60 degree. So just interchanging, you will get 20 minus plus 15 plus 20 sin 60 degree. So the VA is equal to 53.32 kilonewton. That's it. Again done, some 3 marks. And last step is summation of moment about A. I am taking about A is equal to 0. Sorry, yeah, you can take that also. Summation of moment about A is equal to 0. I am taking this as my moment center. Now let me change the color to the yellow. Okay, this is my moment center. I hope you can see the moment center. This is moment center. Remember, what is moment? M is equal to force into perpendicular distance, right? This is what we need to find, follow for every force which creates a moment. So what all the forces that is having over at the passing or influencing the moment center at A? One is VA, one is HA, one is 20 kilonewton, one is this 20 sin 60 and 20 cos 60, and one more is 15 kilonewton. Okay, these are all the forces, but the HA, VA and 20 cos 60 is passing through the, see 20 cos 60 is actually, you should write like this actually, is passing through the moment center. So it is directly 0. We are not referring it out. So if we do this, summation of MA is equal to 0. I have taken over here as a 0. I'll do over here summation. First force I see over here was 20 kilonewton. Let me take first this one, whatever the force itself. Later I'll take the moment. So if I take in this sense, what I do, one assumption is, the same assumption, clockwise rotation as a positive, anti-clockwise rotation as a negative. This is a one assumption, I'll do it out. Okay, this is a one assumption I'm doing. Okay, so from this point, all the clockwise rotations, okay, see, I'll change the color to this part. Okay, now you see, if this is a moment center and this is a force, okay, first force, how is the rotation that is taking place? The rotation taking place in this one, right? This is clockwise or anti-clockwise? This is clockwise. So for a first one, 20 is a force into perpendicular distance is 1. This is 1 and it is clockwise, so it's positive. So this term is positive, which is, this is force, this is perpendicular distance. Next is 20 sine 60, which goes over here. It looks like this over here actually. This is a point where it is. To show you over here, I have drawn in this direction, but it will be somewhere over here. And this one's rotation is again clockwise. Remember, the force is clockwise, so it is positive. And what is the force? That is 20 sine 60 degree. What is the perpendicular distance? Perpendicular distance is, this is a perpendicular distance. Okay, so that is 2. And what is the last force that is there over there? That is 15 kilonewton. Again the 15 kilonewton, the rotation is clockwise itself, so that is plus itself. 15 into, what is the distances now? The total distance is 3 meter. 3 meter. And it doesn't end over here. There is a one reaction moment, right? There is one reaction moment which is going in the anti-clockwise direction, that is minus ma. Okay, minus ma. So you put this minus ma into other side of the 0, then it becomes ma is equal to 20 plus 45 plus 20 sine 60 into 2. So after calculating, you get it ma as a 99.45. And what will be the SI unit for this moment? Moment is equal to force into perpendicular distance. Force over here is taken as a kilonewton everywhere, and the distance is given is normal in the meter. So SI unit is kilonewton meter. And that's all done. The numerical is done. This is, we found the value of HA, which is 10 kilonewton. We found the value of VA, which is 53.32 kilonewton. We found the value of MA, which is 99.45 kilonewton. Done. This is it. That's all about this numericals.